Thursday, Awesome fam. So we are on our way to the GI specialist. Ricky is so confused because instead of going one way, we're going another way down our street. We're going the opposite way that we usually go to take him to school. Now, I prepped him as I was getting him dressed to let him know, hey, you're not going to school, you're going to the doctor, so that there isn't a complete and total freak out when we don't go the way that we're supposed to go, and then he realizes he's in a doctor's office. Because that has happened before, where I thought, okay, I won't tell him and maybe he'll be fine with it. No, I had to tell him like ahead of time. I learned my lesson not too long ago. So, as you can see, I'm still in my brown comfy sweater. I don't care because I'm still not 100%. I thought that I was getting better yesterday, but come to find out, I'm only better when the ibuprofen wears off. Once it wears off, I get very achy. My head starts pounding. Other than that, I haven't had a really bad runny nose, like off and on here and there, very sporadic. I don't have a cough. Michael does. Michael, I think, has it the worst out of all of us. And that breaks my heart because he's the smallest out of all of us. He's coughing. His nose is runny. He's had it rough. So, and then Rick and then me. Ricky, thank God, has not had, that I can tell, any of the symptoms that we've had. So, yeah, it's just been a rough couple of days with whatever this is. Like, I don't really want to call it the flu because, yeah, the first day it felt like the flu. I don't know. Maybe it's some strand. Maybe it's some weak strand of the flu. I don't know. But I haven't taken any medicine this morning. I feel okay. I really want to stop off at Starbucks to get coffee. But if I do that, then we would be extremely late. So, yeah. I'm going to have to wing it without any caffeine this morning. And I've done it before, so I've got this. It's fine. So our appointment was pretty quick. We're in and out. There are some things that I'll touch on here in a little bit. But right next to the doctor's office is a Starbucks, and I keep hearing about this cloud macchiato, and so I got a small one just to see how it is. So, because I'm interested to try it. Y'all know that I love coffee. Y'all know that I love anything caramel. So, I'm trying it. This is the iced cloud caramel macchiato. All I taste is foam. But it's good. It's very thick. First thing I immediately tasted was the caramel. They do this cross little design on the top, and that's the first thing that I taste, which is good. Okay, let me try to get to the actual coffee. Oh, woo. That needs to be mixed. That is some espresso, let me tell ya. Oh my goodness. All the sweet is at the top. top. So it's a good idea to like try to mix it without it sloshing everywhere. It's very frothy. It's pretty good. I mean, it wouldn't be my go-to drink, but because I had heard about it and I kept seeing pictures of it online, and I was like, and then I remembered that there was a Starbucks right next to the doctor's office. Not bad. So to give you guys an update on the GI specialist appointment, everything went as I had expected. It went really well. She was very nice, very accommodating. She answered every question that I could think of. And then she also gave me some ideas of what it could have been. I expected it to go the way that it did because he hasn't had any issues in the past couple of months. So it wasn't like she could really target what was wrong, since he hasn't had any issues since, like, I don't know, maybe like November. And since his pediatrician had already done blood work for celiac disease and for gluten allergy, those were eliminated because his blood work came back. She wanted to know about his eating habits, about bowel movements, those sorts of things that would help her distinguish what might have been going on. And her conclusion to what possibly could be going on, she asked me if Ricky has been tested for seasonal allergies. I need to get on the ball and make allergy appointment. So she said that she noticed that his nose had been running, and I said, yeah, we were getting over some crud. She had asked me if he breathes out of his mouth a lot, and I said, well, yeah, I mean, off and on, yeah, like now, yeah. But she told me the reason why that she asked if he breathed out of his mouth. She said, well, one thing that I think may have contributed to the whole spell of him vomiting and having diarrhea is when a child breathes through their mouth, they ingest a lot of air. And she asked me, she's like, does he burp a lot or belch or anything like that? And I said, no. Ricky's not, he doesn't really do that. And she said, okay. She said, I'm not saying that this is definitively what happened. Like, okay, I pinpointed it. This is what happened. She said, this is just a theory of what might have happened during this time. She said, if he breathes through his mouth, and especially if it's around a time where his seasonal allergies are acting up, she really wants me to get on the ball to get him tested for his seasonal allergies to see if those are a culprit. And she said, if the seasonal allergies were messing with him to the point where his nasal passages were inflamed and it was hard for him to breathe through his nose, so he breathes through his mouth, he's ingesting that air. If he's not belching or burping that air up to release the air, it's sitting in his stomach. And then she asked me if he's a fast eater. I said, well, it all depends. If he's really hungry, yeah, I have to try to stay on him to slow down. But generally, he's the last person to be done eating, normally. But there have been times where he does eat fast. It's just not frequent. And she said, okay, well, if he was eating fast around these spells where he had vomited, then think about it. He is breathing through his mouth, so he's ingesting the air that way. Then he's eating fast, and when you eat fast, you can ingest even more air. So she said, think about it. He's not burping and releasing that air out of his stomach or his esophagus if it's stuck there, and then you've got food, and again, the air isn't being released, but there's food on top of the air. She said, think about it. It'll come right back up. And I never knew. If anybody follows Tony Baker, he's a comedian. I love his stuff. I never knew. But that makes sense. So she said at this point in time, she doesn't feel like there's anything that she needs to be doing. But if there is even a day, like a 24-hour period, where he has no symptoms and then all of a sudden, bam, he has diarrhea, or bam, he vomits, then I need to contact her secretary. She said that wherever she is, and if I don't mind driving out to her, which I don't, because we normally have to drive out to into Houston, into the medical center for Ricky to see his allergist. She said that she would like to get him in as soon as the symptoms are ailing him, so that she can see what is going on with his gastrointestinal, like with that whole area. I mean, it was just an overall, it was a good appointment. So that's that. So the other special thing that I wanted to touch on is today is my daddy's birthday. Happy birthday, Daddy. I know I don't really talk all that much about my dad. I mean, I touch on things about my dad here and there, but and yes, my parents' birthdays are days apart. That was always fun back in the day. I can honestly say that my dad is a Superman. Now, I know a lot of people can say, oh, my dad's a Superman, my dad's strong, but I have an honest to God story on my dad. Back in 2001, he was diagnosed with a severe form of cancer, and the odds were against him. They gave him anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months to live, and that was in 2001. And with his unfailing faith in God, he beat those odds. More than that, he does not have 1 ounce of cancer left in his body, and that is remarkable. They did call him the walking miracle at MD Anderson when he was there. So to watch my dad go through all of that was just inspiring. It was amazing to have seen it all unravel and unfold, and for him to not only beat it but regain his strength and go back to work. He was so dead set on going back to work. He has lived a pretty interesting life, if you ask me. He's had one amazing life, and I'm so proud to call him my daddy. So, Dad, I hope that you had a wonderful day. I know that we will see each other here really, really soon, but I hope that you got spoiled, and if not, just let me know, and when I see you next, I'll spoil you. No, but I love you very much, Dad, and I hope that you had a wonderful birthday. So, with that being said, this is where we are ending today's vlog. Yes, I have worn this the entire time that I've been sick. This will be the last time that you see it because it's getting hotter here. Can you believe that? It went from like 40 degrees to now it's like almost 80 degrees. Crazy, insane weather, okay? But with this repeated sweatshirt and all. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, we'd love to have you become a part of the Awesome family. Click that subscribe button down below. Our whole goal in starting this channel is to raise awareness for autism. If you can get behind that, click that subscribe button. Once you do, a bell button usually pops up, and when you hit that bell button, it'll let you know when we post another video. We love you guys, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.